Hi, I'm Russell with Pimenta Cum Sal, and I'm here to teach you how to make summer sausage today. We're going to be using a kit from PS Seasoning. Comes with everything you need to make the garlic summer sausage. Inside the package you'll find the sausage casings all ready to go. You'll find the pack of seasoning, and you'll also find the pack of cure here. So we're going to mix these all up. Today we're going to be making it with 15 pounds of beef and 10 pounds of pork. Okay, one of the first steps that calls out in the instructions is to soak the casings for 25 to 30 minutes in warm water. So it looks like there's about 8 or 10 of them here. I'm going to go ahead and get these soaking while I cut up the meat. Alright, got my sausage casings soaking, and now I'm going to cut up the meat. So I have a brisket, it was on sale the other day, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for the sausage. And then I also got a pork loin and pork shoulder, going to be cutting up for the sausage as well too. As you can see, I've cut off most of the fat off of the brisket. I am going to leave some of the fat on the pork, but the fat on the brisket is a little tough for this sausage that we're going to make for today. So I'm going to try to use more of the pork fat instead of the beef fat. So you can see I got most of the fat trimmed off. I'm going to get this cut into some smaller pieces so it'll actually fit down into the grinder as we get going here. Alright, I got my brisket all cut up, and now I'm going to start cutting up the pork, and then we'll start grinding both of them. Alright, just wrapping up cutting up the pork, about to get grinding here on this meat. So one trick with the grinder in your meat, if you leave it a little bit frozen, or real close to being frozen, it's gonna go a lot easier through that grinder. All right, got my meat all cut up. We're gonna send it through the grinder twice. The first run through will be the 10 millimeter, and then we'll change the die to the 3 millimeter and try to get a real fine grind on that meat before we start making the sausage. All right, gonna start sending that brisket through the grinder. All right, just got done running the meat through the grinder with the 10 millimeter die. I'm gonna swap out the die for the 3 millimeter and run it through the grinder one last time. All right, got the meat all ground up. We ran it through with the 10 millimeter and then the 3 millimeter grind. Now we're ready to add the spices and get it into the casing. As far as the seasoning that comes in the PS Seasoning package, there's 2 packages. One is the cure and one is the actual seasoning. The cure says to mix up in 2 to 3 cups of cold water. And then we're gonna add this to the meat. Okay, so there's our cure. And the last thing we got to do is add in the seasoning. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit first, then I'm going to add the seasoning, and then it'll be ready to go and put into the casings. can see the water kind of gives it that sticky consistency. It's all starting to stick together here. All right, got the cure added, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in the seasoning, get this mixed up. This is one thing that I really like about the PS seasoning packages. They come with everything you need. It can be a little intimidating coming up with recipes or dialing in the ratios, stuff like that, but these packages from PS Seasoning really make it easy to make sausage. All right, almost done getting the seasoning mixed in. It smells incredible. I can't wait to try it. This looks really good, and wrapping up the process here as far as getting that seasoning mixed in. All right, got my sausage all loaded up here, ready to go. Got the sausage casing I'm gonna slide on here. We're gonna slide on as far as it can go and fill this up with as much meat as it'll handle here. All right, I got the first sausage casing filled. Went a little slower than I expected just because the sausage is pretty sticky and it's having a little bit of a tough time going through the machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie off this top side, and this one will be ready for the smoker here. All right, got the sausage all done into the casings, and now it's going into the smoke. All right, I got the sausage into the casings and onto the smoker. So it's gonna smoke for about an hour and a half. Got to get the internal temperature up to about 155 degrees. So should be done here in a little bit, and we'll see how it turns out.